Hello everyone, today I'm going to teach you guys how to create a carousel in HTML or Bootstrap. I'm Diogo Veigas and want you till the end so you don't miss anything out, and with these simple few tricks you are going to really become a better developer. In this tutorial you are going to learn how to do something like this, a simple carousel that changes the image really fast within the same amount of time between them, or even something like this, that it will change automatically, or you can click in the next or previous control. You also have a different text or title for each carousel image, and you can even change the image through these controls here, which will allow you to jump 2 or 3 in a row. So without any more further ado, we are going to start by the most easiest way to get started with Bootstrap. Here it's the getting started Bootstrap page. If you put Bootstrap 5.2 docs in Google, you will find this website. The website I was opened. I'll leave it in the description probably. Then you are going to go a little bit down and here include the Bootstrap and CSS. You are just going to copy this, okay? Not this one. Yes, it's alright. Fits the second one. There's something that you may pay attention to, which is the link must always be in the head, although the script may always be in the end of the body. I'm going to remove this hello world, this Bootstrap, then we are going to put Bootstrap carousel. And then we are going to start with the easiest carousel possible. With the first being with the one div, plus one div, plus one div, plus one image. And this div with an image is going to be 3 times at least, so we can change between 3 different images. And also another div that I'm going to apply, so I can create a container and allow you to not so much confused between the creation of our carousel. Container. So if I go to the website right now, I'm going to reload the page, okay, of course not, but if I just put here an A, you are going to see that the A starts far away from the beginning. So, we are going to start the first div of the carousel itself, which is going to be the ID. And the ID must be something that you are going to understand what it is. Carousel of monkeys, because all we show is monkey. After that, always pay attention to the ID name. Let me explain. If you have multiple carousels within the same page, you must have different IDs for each carousel. Otherwise it will bug a lot and it will not use the controls in the right one and etc. So just pay attention to the carousels. After this, you are also going to apply a class, not one but 2 classes. Are going to be the carousel itself and a slide, so it will slide, otherwise it wouldn't slide, okay? And then you are going to also add this database right, otherwise if you do not put this, the carousel will only start when you do some action in it. Then you are going to apply the carousel, the class carousel inner, which is going to be the inner div of the carousels, and then each div is going to be responsible for each image, which are going to have the class of carousel item. And all of them must be with an item, so I'm going to copy and paste in everywhere, because all of these divs are responsible for each item. But there's one problem in here. You need to put active, but you cannot put active in all of them. You need to put one image active to be the one that's going to be starting off. And lastly, the last class that we are going to apply is going to be the class dBlock, which is going to apply the display block of the image, so they will not get messed up with the external display that you are going to use in your website. Imagine that you are going to make a really responsive multi-platform website using Flexbox or even Grid. With the display block in the image, it will not break anything up. And then the W100, which will increase the width to always 100%. Now we are only going to put the path of the image, which is going to be the first one, image high monkey, the strong monkey, and the swimming monkey. There's another thing that you must pay attention to, it's the alternative text. That if you want to put an alternative text in the case that the image doesn't load, you can put it, but since I'm not going to use external links, I'm going to do just like it is going to do right now. So it should be already working. Let's reload the page, wait a little bit. There you go. Well, it is kind of bugging the second one, let me check why. Yes, of course, because I didn't apply the class to the rest of the images, but now it should be working. There you go, it changed as well. Now we are going to start with the second method of headings. we are going to start with the controls to the previous and the next control. To make it easier for you, we are going to start doing the things up within the same carousel. So we are only going to upgrade them, okay? So it will be easier to apply in a way you want to. So in here, in the inner, in the div of the inner, we are going to up here, enter, because we are going to do it out of the inner but inside of the carousel of monkeys. We are going to open a button, of course, this is not how you write button. There we go. Inside of the button we are going to put two spans. This is the HTML for what we are going to use. And we can also select everything up, shift alt down arrow, but we are going to do it right after we apply the classes and etc. Right in the button, we are going to apply the class of carousel control prev, which is going to manage the control to the previous slide. Then you are going to assign the type of the button to button, of course. Then you are going to also put the database target, which is specifying the target, the ID of the target that we want to target, of course. And here it's carousel of monkeys, so don't put these carousel example controls. And the hashtag, it's used when we are making a reference to an ID. And lastly, before closing up the button, we are going to put the database slide, which is going to call the JavaScript function to go to the previous slide, to actually move it left. Then you are going to apply a class, just like the one in the button, but slightly different. Carousel, control, prev, and then you are going to put icon, because it's going to hold the icon. And after that, we are going to also put area hidden, which will hide the accessibility tab of the icon itself. And then we are going to put a class called visually hidden, which will simply hide the thing, and is going to be right previous. What does that mean? If you hide the icon, because in a tab you don't want to listen to icon, you want to listen to previous. So this way, if someone with accessibility activated, when he is pressing tab and trying to listen to what's going on, it is going to be previous instead of icon or previous icon. It is going to be previous simply. Then we are going to do some trick that I love to do in Visual Studio Code, which is going to be shift tab and down arrow, and change everything of prev to next. So after selecting the prev, we are going to put Ctrl D once, Ctrl D seconds. With this we are going to select everything that's within the same name, and we can replace all of them at the same time. Next, you see, 3 nexts. And then here we are going to also put next, because yes, it's not previous, it's next. And this way, I think that it is already working. Let's check it out. You can see the arrows here, and they are actually working. Of course, if you have image of the same size, it will be better, because of this guy swimming. You see, it's really fast, and the guy with the camera couldn't really take a good shot. But it's pretty good, even though, because the arrows and the controls will automatically go to the center of the image. So there's not really a worry about it. Now we are going to add some indicators, which are the little things down below the image that will allow us to jump through multiple slides at once. To those carousel indicators, we are going to do them between the carousel of monkeys and the carousel inner. So we are going to put in a new div, which is going to be of the class carousel indicators, because we are going to indicate which slide we are in, and we are going to have 3 different buttons. Yes, we are going to use 3, but we are just going to do the first before. All of them are going to be of the type button with the database targets of the class. So we are going to copy the ID, put an hashtag before, and paste. And we are also going to apply the database slide to 0, because we are going to use a sort of array. And the position 0 is going to be the first one, of course. And we are also going to put the class active, so the program actually knows that the first one is going to be the active one. So if the active in the image changes to the second, active in the first button of the indicator will change as well. Then the area current, which is going to be selecting which one is going to be the current one. And the area label, which is going to be the slide 2, which will change accordingly to this one. So now we are just going to press Shift Alt down arrow 2 times. We are going to remove the active here, Ctrl D, remove, and we are also going to remove this area current. So we just select everything, Ctrl D, and remove. There we go. Now we're going to put 1, 2, 2, 3. And this is it, guys. Let's test it out and check if it's working already. Okay, so we have this here. We are going to click, and it's going to click, and you see it's in the third one. We can check it because of the image. The first one is a little bit bright below, we couldn't check it right, but yes, it's working perfectly. Let's just wait a little bit. Oh, just click in here and yes, it goes to the first. So it's completely working with the indicators as well. Now the captions. We are also going to add some captions to it. And to make that, we are also going to put a new div inside every carousel item, which is going to be really down below of the image. So div, here we go. The classes that we are going to use in this div are going to be a little bit tricky, since carousel caption, really easy, the caption of the carousel. The none, which is going to apply the none aspect of these captions. So the display is going to be none. And if the current display it's a type of the medium screen, it is going to be the block. And then I don't know if you could use H2 or H3, but we are going to use the H5 since it's what's in the documentation. If you want to check the documentation just because you are not understanding it properly, or if you just want to see it, I'm going to show you guys here the documentation, original one, and I'm going to also put in the description. The page I'm following through it is this one. So if you really want to have a check in it, I'm going to leave the link in the description as well. So in the H5, as we are going to say, we are going to put waving monkey, and the text is going to be a monkey really happy in seeing us. And we are going to copy everything of this, paste inside each carousel item, and we are going to put here the strong monkey, so strong that distorts the space. And the last one is going to be the sweet monkey, multi-winner of swimming Olympics. It should be not well written, but you get it right. So now if we reload the page, we can already see the waving monkey, a monkey really happy in seeing us, a strong monkey, so strong that distorts the space. And the last one, the swimming monkey, multi-winner of swimming Olympics. Look at him, he's just too good for us. Now, almost finishing things up, which is going to be the fade slide. Instead of only putting the carousel and the slide class in the really main div of the carousel, we are going to apply the carousel fade, which will allow us to fade between images. Instead of sliding like a PowerPoint animation, we are going to have this fade animation, so it will be cleaner and smoother. One more thing that you can do, it's applying intervals for each image, which is going to be like that data BS interval. These 10,000, I don't really know the amount of time that this correlates to, although we can try it out. If I put here, it's always in the div of the class item, we are going to put here the 100 and here the 1000 and check how much is it really. Okay, we could see, right, because the first 100 is really fast, like less than a second. And this one, let me check again, it goes really fast. Let me reload this. Okay, here, now it's really fast. Then the 1000, it's like a sec. Okay, 1000 is like a second, 100 is like, I don't know, but it's around that. It will allow you to show something important for more time and something not so important for less time. Well, guys, this is it. As I told you, it's not purely in HTML, but it's in HTML and Bootstrap, and it's really easy because it has a lot of classes already built in the Bootstrap framework. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, check the comments if you have any doubt, and see you soon.